Thanks, Michael. Thanks, guys, for doing this. Appreciate it. Matt, you're one of the few guys that is on both teams this summer. I know the goal is to win both trophies. You've won one already. How much does that up the ante for this group to follow suit? Thanks.
I think it's first of all, it's just one group, between last camp and this camp. It's all one team, it's all one pool, and I think the messaging is very clear. When there's a trophy on the line, we expect to compete for it, and we know our fans expect us to compete for it and put our best foot forward. So, last weekend we took care of business and we got a trophy, and now it's time to completely shift gears and win another one. So we were able to do that in 2021, and we know how great that was for our federation and for our player pool, and it gave a lot of guys opportunities that wouldn't have presented themselves otherwise. So we're looking for the same, and I know a lot of guys are really eager to represent the country.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Doug. Next will be Jonathan Tannenwald from the Philadelphia Inquirer.
Thank you, Michael. Hi, everybody. Matt, I saw you were able to welcome Julie Ertz to the Women's World Cup team in the video that went up yesterday. I wonder what that means to you. And, we asked this to you guys last summer right after the CBAs were signed, whether that might be a little more crossover between the two programs. And has there been some, and do you think there ought to be a little more? Thanks.
Yeah, obviously that was really cool to be in a video with some big shots for sure. I geeked out a little bit, I'm not going to lie, and obviously I wish Julie well for the World Cup and the rest of the women's national team heading over to Australia and New Zealand. So it's going to be a great summer, and they know that we are supporting them to the maximum. And I think it's tough, to have more and more crossover because our schedules are so misaligned, I'd say. However, I think you're starting to see the barriers continue to break down, and the two groups sort of mesh together, which has been really great, I think, for U.S. soccer as a whole, and especially for the fan base on both sides to see sort of the coming togethers.
Next will be Charlie Bone. Charlie, you doing the Geo or the John Tolkien there?
The answer is yes. Yes to all. How can I choose? Hey guys, thanks for your time today. I got booted off, so maybe you already asked about Jamaica. I'm not sure, but I wanted to see if you guys could share. And I don't know if any scouting has happened yet, but what you expect from them, and maybe your memories of playing them in past matches. What you think Saturday night is going to play out like?
Go ahead, Kate.
Yeah, obviously, I haven't had a chance to play Jamaica yet, but they're going to be a very direct team, and we're going to be ready, really ready for them.
Yeah, I'd say, we looked at them pretty extensively, and this is probably the strongest Jamaica side that the U.S. might have ever faced. They've got a lot of players, a lot of dual nationals. They've been able to entice to come over, a lot of Premier League experience. So it's going to be a really tough challenge for us. It's going to be a physical game. I think they're a lot better on the ball than they probably used to be. So, we expect direct physical game. But also some good soccer, some good football to be played. So, again, it's a strong team with strong individuals. We're hoping our collective is stronger.
Next will be Brian Sciaretta from American Soccer Now.
Thank you, Michael. Kate, this one's for you. Just wondering if you could talk a little bit about the U20 World Cup and what that meant for you and the experiences that takes forward that you're going to take with that as you move forward in your international career into this and maybe the Olympics, but just talk a little bit about that tournament and what you're carrying with that into the Gold Cup, lessons you learned.
Yeah, it definitely was an experience I'll always remember for forever, and it's awesome we're with that group for about 2 years, so preparing for that and to really go step by step to each, from qualification to the very first camp. It's all the little things and then to lead up to that tournament, and I thought we did really well, and it should have ended better, but it's how it goes usually sometimes, and I thought it was really good. I always remember that, and it was good to get some good confidence, some good goals in there, so I'm pretty happy for that.
We'll go to Ryan Talmadge from Goal.com.
Thanks, Michael. And Matt, I wanted to ask you just about this goalkeeper group. Obviously, you have yourself and Sean who are veteran guys, and you have a third guy there in Gaga who's very much getting a taste of this experience really for the first time. What are some things that that you've seen from him, and what are some things that you kind of want to pass down to him as he kind of works his way up to the position where you are now?
Yeah, Gaga's a great goalkeeper. He's extremely talented, and for me, I don't really need to teach him too much. I think he's got a really good head on his shoulder. He's a true professional. And he's always really eager and willing to learn and to have a conversation about things, and that's really refreshing for a goalkeeper like myself to be able to sort of bring him along and on an experience like this. But I know in his mind he's not here to just be brought along. He wants to be playing, and I think he's a super competitive guy. So if I know anything about him, he wants to be on the field just as much as I do. So it's a healthy respect between us. Obviously he's got things to learn, but he also keeps me on the top of my game and wanting to perform at my highest level.
We'll go to Hector Lazzeri.
Hi, thanks, Michael. Hi, everyone. I have a question, one for each. First, for Kate, I wanted to ask for your perspective about all the players with double nationalities that could choose between Mexico and the US, and why so many of them are deciding to go with the US. And for Matt, being a part of being one of the few players that repeat from the Nations League, were you surprised that Mexico decided to change its manager? Thanks, guys.
I can go first. Yeah. I mean, I can talk about myself. I haven't talked to anyone who chose U.S. over Mexico, but I mean, I chose U.S. because I've always been part of U.S. They've called me since U15 camps. I've never got a really chance in Mexico, and really just have sticked with U.S. and they've treated me really well here, and really that's all it is for me.
I don't really know if I can speak too much on the decisions that go on that Mexico makes in terms of its coaching staff, especially given sort of what we went through from our federation side. I think it's been a tricky time because of how quickly this summer came after the World Cup. There wasn't a lot of time for federations to sort of necessarily understand the directions that they were headed. And I think, if you look at our situation here at the U.S., we had an extensive coaching search, and we didn't jump into anything really fast. And I think we really crossed every box in our coaching search, and maybe Mexico realized that they didn't do that. And, to get the most out of their extremely talented player pool, they needed somebody different at the helm. Again, that's just pure speculation. I don't really know.
Hector, just a point of information, in this Gold Cup, the possibility for 6 dual nationals to become officially cap-tied to the United States if they play in any of the matches. CADE Cowell, Julian Gressel, Aiden Morris, Gaga Slonina, Alan Senora, and Brandon Vasquez. We don't have Andrew Jones today, so the pressure of the last question goes to Michele Giannone.
Thank you, Michael. Man, pressure. Hi, Matt. Hi, Kate. This is for Matt. Obviously, you're one of the guys that was in Nations League and now it's here. On the field, what can you tell us about the similarities and different things that we might expect from this group and the group from Nations League? Thank you so much.
Yeah, obviously a lot of different individuals, but I think you can expect to see a similar style. As we've spoken about, this is a group that from top to bottom, everybody understands their roles. They understand the style that we want to play, the team that we want to be, and it doesn't change with personnel. Everybody just plugs into those spots. So I would expect to see a lot of the same ideas out there on the field, and hopefully the similar results as well.